Okay, I'm back. I have a situation where I have a woman who's interfering with a couple, and basically her friend wants her to, just disappear. She doesn't want any harm to the woman in question. She just wants her to go. So I've designed a little jar here. It's made from bits and pieces, but it's designed to hotfoot a person, if that makes sense, to move them on. So I have my mixture, and I will make a video explaining what I actually put into the jar, how I make my own hot foot powder. Uh, and I also made this little doll of her, and it's been baptized in her name. So what I'm going to do is just with some black ribbon is bind her up, and I'm binding the little arms together and the body just away from me, and I'm saying into myself that you will go, you will harm no one. I'll have to start again because this looks pretty bad. I'm putting her arms behind her back kind of thing. So that sort of should hold her down, and we want her to go. So what I'm going to do is burn a little black candle on this jar whilst this doll is in here, and I will do that for approximately, I don't know, sometimes it can end up quite a while, 21 days ish, and then I'll take it, and this will be deployed away from where I live, ideally where the water is flowing away from me, and hopefully the glass won't break, because I'm always conscious of it getting into the water. I don't want to do any harm that way. But anyway, so she's going head down. We have to put I have to put the dolls in head down, because we don't want her thinking straight, and if she's down the way, her head is down the way, it means that she's not thinking straight. So it's my stroke on it. So I'm putting in some cayenne powder just to get a bit of the fire element there, and to get things uncomfortable for her. Oh dear. Sorry, I'm going to have to put you on pause a moment. Okay, so she was well and truly peppered there. Alum powder. Actually, I need to put the little petition in. My mistake. So I have everything dressed with Hotfoot oil. My own version of it, of course. There we go. So the little doll photograph was placed inside the head cavity, and it was all baptized. So there we go. Alum powder. The reason I'm using alum powder, because it shuts people up. I often use it in court work because it's very good for silencing. If you want to silence a witness, that's a good thing to use. Sorry for stretching. Now, so I'm going to put a tiny little bit more chili just to burn her feet a little bit more. A little bit of mustard seeds just to get her a bit confused, and then she'll realize that she's not certain if she wants to hang around, kind of thing. A little bit of Intranquil oil to, again, that's good for making a person want to move away. Okay, so I'm going to color it here. There's a few bits and pieces I want to do as well to this little working, but just a little small jar, and the doll is in there, and it's been covered over with all the little bits and pieces. So I'm going to put a few more bits and pieces in here. I have a stay away powder kind of thing, and I'm going to get my little candle ready. So I'm just going to use one of these, I think I've got to sneeze, excuse me. Oh, it's passed me by. I'm going to use one of these candles. I'm going to put her name on it backways, and I am going to pull the top off it, cut the top off it, and we'll burn it that way, upside down, because you can do this for return to sender work, but when I want someone to go away, I like to do things in reverse, so that's how we're going to do that. And I will do my best to burn it on top of the lid, but always use candle holders, please. Fire safety at all times. So I'm going to finish that later, and I will be calling on a deity to help me with that, to help me with this spell work itself. It's, to me anyway, you need to have extremely strong willpower. Someone asked me a while ago in the comments section about do you have to call on a deity? The answer to that is no, you don't. But I like to call on the spirits I work with because I find that they help the spell. It makes the spell a lot stronger. So that's why I like to them to assist me, because I really think it's more effective that way. Because you need a will that's really strong. I'm not saying that it can't be done. Of course it can. I've done spells in the past, and I haven't been called a spirit. But if you want to go after the results, I think it's a good idea to call on the spirits. So that's what we're going to do here, and that will sit for a little while, like I said, and then it will be deployed away from me. So if you're doing something similar and you are deploying the little jar, be it at a crossroads or a river that's flowing away from you, go home a different direction, or a graveyard for that matter too, especially a graveyard. Go home a different direction and don't look behind you, especially the graveyard. I've said before in videos, you could get an attachment, so please be careful. So I'm going to look at a couple of cards for this situation. I'll come back in one moment. Okay, just looking at the situation, I can see with the lily, there's been a bit of... The lily basically is pointing towards another person in the relationship. It's interesting because I've got the fish that points towards money, or it could be something to do with a job, but it's sitting beside the house. That can actually be a house, or it can be a building that's quite official, a hospital or a court. Money, court, job, house, something along those lines. Could be a mortgage, That seems to feature strongly in this reading. So, and I can see the heart card. That's all about love and happiness and, romance. And I see the mice beside that. So that is being jeopardized by this person. So I did look at a further few cards for the process down the line. And it's actually a lot better. Key card is the man, which is him. And then we've got the dog and the tree. So I think what's going to happen here in this situation is there's going to be, let's see, the tree can mean health, but I think it's to do with growing old with someone, and he has a friendship with the person that he's with and committed to, and the woman is over here, and that's who he will settle down with. The anchor's telling me he's settled down and he's more happy, because when I see the anchor in a reading, that is the person steadied in one position. So, and it's with the woman, and he has a friendship with her, and the tree card is pointing towards growing old together. That's the way I read these cards anyway. Turbulence at the moment, but I think it will work itself out. It's difficult, yes, I'm sure, but it will work itself out. There's a few more. So I always read a little. These cards are oracle cards, and they have nice little meanings and etc. So, if you're into affirmations or anything along those lines, the moment I embrace my peace within and surrender, the outcome is the moment that the universe can truly get to work. So basically, for things to work out, there needs to be that inner peace. Okay, more oracle cards, straight to the point. Anxiety. So we have here the second chakra, Archangel Ariel. That could point towards a little bit of a blockage with regards to the female in question. Not her, the actual the female. When the sacral chakra is blocked, it can affect your emotions, your love life, your libido. So your sacral chakra, it's located in the pelvic area, and it's all to do with emotions and passion, and like I said, libido, joy, all those things. Partnerships, sexuality. So if that's out of balance, the person might feel like almost a lack of emotion, insecurities, so that might need to be, that might need a bit of an addressing, because it has popped up for a reason, obviously. And then we've got the thinking man, goddess of the moon, followed by happy family. So positive outcome, which has pleased me. I always like to see cards, point towards a positive outcome. But like I say, it's all about trying really hard to put things to the back of the mind and think positive and stuff. So like I said, she's been pushed out. We can see how this goes. She has no right to do what she's been doing, so we can see how this works out. Do let me know. You have the email address. I'm going to do a lot more work on this, and it's thehouseofmagic@gmail.com for everyone else. And if you leave your comments, I will get to them very soon. I thank you for sharing, and subscribing.